What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. Colin Beazley here from Pittsburgh ahead of a 3-game series against the Mets. And I want to talk about today's starter, Mitch Keller, today. That'll be the bulk of today's video. But before I get started, I want to give a quick reminder that if you haven't already, don't forget to like and subscribe to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. Thank you to all of you who have already subscribed. And if you haven't checked out our work online at post-gazette.com, I highly recommend it. We cover this team all season. Our colleagues cover every Pittsburgh sports team all season. We've got coverage of Pittsburgh sports and all things outside of sports, whether that's government, local news, national news, anything like that. Highly recommend going to post-gazette.com for all of your news needs. If you're Pittsburgh local or someone who just cares about the area, that's the best spot for you. Before I get into Mitch Keller and today's starter, quick word on the New York Mets, who are their opponent for the next 3 games, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Recording this on Friday. Mets are playing some interesting baseball of late. They had won, I believe it was 7 in a row about a week and a half ago. They've pretty much fallen apart over the last week plus. They at one point had lost 10 of 11 games, falling from a team that was in contention for the best in baseball to one that is barely leading the National League East. And while they have gotten out of that tailspin a little bit, they've won their last 2 games. They beat the Braves twice coming into this series. They aren't necessarily playing their best baseball of late. They're not quite as dominant as they were in May when the Pirates see them. Will that lead to success? We'll see. We'll find that out over the next couple days. The man in charge of getting the Pirates off to a good start in this series is the Friday starter, Mitch Keller. And he's someone who's been very interesting of late and just interesting in general, because while he's been consistent, while he's been his regular Mitch Keller self, more on that later, he does currently have the worst record among pitchers in Major League Baseball. He's sitting at just 1-10. He hasn't won a game since March 28th. He has appeared mostly in Pittsburgh losses. The Pirates have lost, looking at the stats now, I think that's 12 of the last 13 games he has pitched in. The Pirates have lost, despite Keller generally doing pretty well. So wanted to talk a little bit more about that. What's going on with Mitch Keller is the question that you may ask if you see his 1-10 record. And the answer is not really that much different than usual. His ERA is a fully respectable 4.02. His strikeouts are in a typical level to where he's been over his career. His walks are in a typical level. He's giving up fewer homers than usual. He's giving up about the same amount of runs. We're right about halfway through the season. Last year, he gave up 90 runs. This year, he's given up 46 times 2, 92. He's at similar run totals as 2023. He's at similar hit totals. He's actually exactly on pace to give up 182 hits this year. He's got 91. It's the same as he was last year when he was 11-12 and made 31 starts. So as for what's changed around Mitch Keller, not really anything. He's even said that after games. He said that he's liked where his controllable statistics have been. He's felt good about first pitch strikes. He's felt good about getting soft contact or a strikeout on two strike pitches. He's overall been he's obviously frustrated about how the team has performed and how they're not getting wins. That is what he cares about. But at the same time, he's relatively satisfied with what his underlying metrics have been. He's felt like he's put the team in position to win. And looking at the game logs, he has. He's, again, as we mentioned a lot, he's got the second highest total for quality starts in the big leagues, which 6 innings, 3 or fewer runs, that should give your team a chance to win. Reason the Pirates haven't won, reason why Mitch Keller's numbers are what they are, they simply don't score runs for him. He has the worst run support in Major League Baseball, as has been mentioned before. The Pirates have not scored more than 4 runs for him this season in his 16 starts. 4 is not that high of a number. You're scoring 5, like that's, you can score 4 with one swing if you're lucky, if you hit a grand slam. There just hasn't been a time this season where the Pirates have scored just 5 runs for him, which is frankly shocking given that we are more than halfway into the season. But it hasn't been 5 runs. It hasn't been 4 runs. It's been 2 way too often. In fact, in the last 6 times that Mitch Keller has taken the mound, the Pirates have scored exactly 2 runs for him over 9 innings. The 3 times before that, 1 run, and they were shut out. So they haven't scored 4 runs for him since May 2nd, almost more than a month and a half ago. He just simply hasn't gotten any run support, and most concerningly, it's gotten to something where it seems predictable, and it seems like us as journalists, we're writing the same stories every time. You guys as fans, you're seeing the same game every time, because the last 5 times that Mitch Keller has started, the Pirates have lost 3-2. It's a coincidence that's almost unheard of, almost unthinkable. It's something that has been frustrating for all involved with the Pirates and all involved with, and especially Mitch Keller. Before we get into probably the most topical Mitch Keller conversation, which is trade conversations, quick word from our presenting sponsor, Reynolds Roofing.
Hey, Pittsburgh. When you think of great roofs, you think Greenewalt Roofing Company. With over 20 years experience, Greenewalt knows your roof is your home's first line of defense from rain, wind, snow, and ice. That's why Greenewalt Roofing's standard for perfection is so important. You can trust that their team of experienced installers will treat your property like it's their own. When it comes to roof replacements, Greenewalt Roofing is Pittsburgh's only choice. Visit greenewaltroofing.com today or call 412-314-8882 to schedule your free estimate. PA contractor number 36262.
Now, if you hadn't heard, Mitch Keller is currently a name that has come up in trade conversations recently. A report by the USA Today's Bob Nightingale recently reported that Mitch Keller is a player that the Pirates have had conversations with a number of big league clubs with, including the rival Chicago Cubs. I'm not going to say whether a trade is imminent, whether a trade with the Cubs is imminent, anything like that. That's something that Ben Cherington and the Pirates front office would know. But what I will say is it's understandable why Mitch Keller would be on the trade block, just considering he's someone that still has value. I think that major league teams, they get the same stats that we do. They can see Baseball Savant, they can see Baseball Reference, they can see all sorts of analytics site, and they know that Mitch Keller is still a very good major league pitcher. He's someone that's consistent. He's someone that's going to give you a chance to win. And frankly, if he was pitching for a team that scored him 4 runs a game, he'd have a very, very good win-loss record. He'd have a lot more success than he's having with the 2025 Pittsburgh Pirates. That said, it's understandable why the Pirates would think about trading him, just because he is someone that while he is under team control, he is being paid a lot more money than some of the guys below him in the system would be. If you look at his statistics and you say, what if we pitched Mike Burrows every time in his spot? What if we pitched Braxton Ashcraft every time in his spot? What if we pitched a guy like Thomas Harrington, or in the future Hunter Barco or Bubba Chandler or something like that? You can say that the Pirates would probably get somewhat similar production for a lower price point. So you can see why the Pirates would be interested in trading him. However, Mitch Keller is a very, very valuable major league piece. He's someone that the Pirates value, someone that he's valued nationally. So regardless of whether he's traded or not, he's someone that major league teams have a lot of interest in, just because he is a really, really good starting pitcher. We'll see what happens tonight with him against the Mets and whether he can finally get that long-awaited second win. We'll see what happens over the major league trade deadline and whether Mitch Keller stays a Pirate or not. But we'll have you covered throughout the rest of the season right here at PG Pirates YouTube channel and at Post-Gazette.com. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.